I think my friendship with my best friend might be ending after her wedding, and I don't know how to handle it. So, this happened pretty recently, and I'm still kind of processing it. Honestly, I've been best friends with this girl for over 11 years. 11 years. That's not a small thing, right? We grew up together, went through so much together, and she's always been one of my closest people. But after her wedding, a 10-day wedding, by the way, which is a whole event in itself, things have shifted in a way that I genuinely don't know how to handle. Okay, so let me give you some background first. I'm 29, she's 29, we've been tight for over a decade. A couple of years ago, I moved to a different state for work, and yeah, I've changed a little since then. I'm more independent now, more comfortable saying what I think, and honestly, I stopped being such a people pleaser. I used to just go along with everything, and I kind of grew out of that. I don't think that's a bad thing. Like, I think that's just called growing up. But okay, keep that in mind because it becomes relevant. So she gets married. 10 days of events, celebrations, the whole thing. And I'm there for all of it because obviously she's my best friend and I want to be there. I go in with the mindset of like, this is her time, her moment. I'm just here to support and celebrate her. I'm not trying to make anything about me. I understood completely that things weren't going to revolve around me, and I was genuinely fine with that. But throughout the whole thing, there were these small moments that started adding up, like constantly being told to adjust, even basic stuff like where I was sleeping. And look, I get it. Big events are chaotic. Logistics are a nightmare. I'm not complaining about that. But it was just this ongoing thing where I felt like I was constantly having to shift and accommodate. And if I said even the slightest thing, it was taken the wrong way immediately. Like I couldn't open my mouth without it becoming a whole thing. I tried to just go with the flow, though. I genuinely did. I made sure that during important moments, like when the groom was being welcomed, I stepped aside. I wasn't trying to be in the center of anything. I was being conscious of that the whole time. And then after the wedding, she confronts me. She tells me I've changed. Okay. She says I'm immature. She says I'm too outspoken. She literally called me Gen Z as if that's an insult. What? And this is the part that really got me. She said I outshined her at her own wedding because people were asking about me. Bruh. I didn't even know how to respond to that. Like, what am I supposed to do about people asking about me? Am I supposed to be rude to them? Ignore them? I was just having normal conversations with people, especially from the groom's side, whenever they came and spoke to me. That's it. That's the whole crime, apparently. Oh, and there's a specific example she brought up that honestly just made me go because of how small it was. So I'm a foodie. Like, I genuinely love food. Anyone who knows me knows this. And her mother-in-law made breakfast one morning, and it was really good, and I complimented it. Genuinely from the heart, because the food was good. And apparently that was a problem. She took it as me trying to make an impression, trying to win people over, and said it should have been her moment. Her moment? The breakfast compliment. I genuinely sat with that for a while, trying to understand it, and I still don't fully get it. Like, that sounds bad, but I really don't. And it wasn't just her either. Her other friend, another bridesmaid or close friend at the wedding, made these comments too. Like, why are you always trying to act smart? And, do you like someone here? Is that why you're trying to impress people? And I'm sitting there like, what? I was having normal conversations. That's it. Normal, polite conversations with people who were talking to me. Since when is that a crime? Since when does being friendly and engaged in conversation mean you're trying to impress someone or show off? It just didn't make sense to me at all. Then there's the photo situation. So there are pictures from the wedding, right? And in some of them I'm standing with her family, and in one of them I'm kind of in the center of the group. And that's apparently also a problem. But here's the thing. I didn't put myself there. They called me to join the photo. Her family called me over. What was I supposed to do, refuse? Say no thanks. I'll just stand off to the side so I don't accidentally look too visible. Like I don't understand what the right move even was there. And then, okay, this one really threw me off. She questioned me about being too friendly with her husband. She asked how long I've known him and why I was talking to him the way I was. And I was like, okay, for context, I've met him before, multiple times, maybe 3 or 4 times before the wedding, and we've even spoken on the phone, so he's not a stranger to me, right? I know him a little, I've had conversations with him before, so when I'm talking to him normally and politely at the wedding, it's coming from that existing familiarity. There's no weirdness there, there's no hidden intention, I'm just being normal with someone I've already had some interactions with. But the way she questioned me about it, it felt like she was implying something. Like there was some kind of intention she was reading into it. And that honestly hurt more than the other stuff, because that's a pretty serious thing to imply about your best friend of 11 years, you know? Like, at a certain point, if you trust me that little, what are we even doing? And okay, I debated whether to include this part, but I think it's relevant to understanding why the whole thing felt so confusing and a bit hypocritical to me. From what I know, she herself was still in touch with her ex around the wedding time. So me just having a normal, polite conversation with her husband that I've met before is a problem, but that's fine. I'm not trying to make this into a big accusation or anything. I don't know the full situation there, but it just added to this feeling of like, the standards here are not being applied evenly, you know? So yeah, everything I did, every normal interaction, every genuine compliment, every conversation I had with someone who spoke to me, all of it got picked up and turned into something suspicious or negative or attention-seeking. And I genuinely was not doing any of that intentionally. I wasn't trying to shine at her wedding. I wasn't trying to impress anyone. I wasn't trying to be the center of anything. I was just being myself, the same way I'd be at any event. The thing is, I understand that wedding emotions run high. I get it. It's one of the biggest events of your life, and you're stressed and tired, and you want everything to be perfect, and you want to feel like the center of it all. That makes sense. I'm not dismissing that, but I also didn't expect that just existing normally would become this whole list of offenses against her, and now here I am, after 11 years of friendship, feeling like something has fundamentally shifted. Like there's a before and an after, and I don't know if we can get back to before. It's a weird feeling because I still care about her. 11 years is a long time. She knows me in ways most people don't, and I don't want to just throw that away. But I also can't keep feeling like my natural personality is constantly being treated as some kind of threat or offense. So I've been sitting with 2 questions. 1, how do I even approach a conversation with her about all of this without making things worse? Because every time I've tried to address anything even slightly, it blows up. And 2, how do I figure out whether this friendship is still worth trying to fix, or whether I need to accept that maybe we've grown in different directions, and it's okay to let this one go? For the first question, I think if I do try to talk to her, I have to come at it without putting her on the defensive straight away, like not going in with, you accused me of this and that energy, but more like genuinely asking her what she felt and trying to understand it, and then also sharing my side calmly. Not as a confrontation, but as a real conversation, because if there's any chance of saving 11 years, it has to start from a place where we're both willing to actually listen and not just defend ourselves. Well, that's easier said than done, Ike. But also I think I have to be honest with myself about what her response will tell me. If I come to her calmly, try to talk it through, and she doubles down on all of it, still insists I was trying to outshine her, still implies things about me and her husband, still treats my personality like a problem, then that's information too. That tells me something about where she actually is with this, and whether she's actually open to working through it. For the second question, whether the friendship is worth saving, I think that depends on a few things. Like, is this the first time stuff like this has come up, or has there been a pattern of her feeling threatened or competitive in ways I maybe brushed off before? Because a one-time thing in the high stress of a wedding is different from a pattern. And also, do I feel like I can be myself around her, or do I feel like I have to shrink down and manage myself constantly to keep her comfortable? Because a friendship where I can't be myself isn't really a friendship anymore, you know? I genuinely don't know how this is gonna go. Maybe we talk and it turns out there were misunderstandings on both sides and we can move past it. Maybe we talk and it becomes clear that we've just grown in ways that don't fit anymore. Either way, I think I need that conversation to even know where I stand. It's just hard. 11 years is a long time. And I keep going back to all of it in my head, trying to figure out if I missed something, if I did something I'm not seeing. But honestly, complimenting someone's breakfast, having a normal conversation with people who spoke to me, talking to a guy I've already met multiple times, I can't find the thing I did wrong. And I can't keep twisting myself into knots trying to find it either. I just hope whatever happens, I handle it in a way I can feel okay about later.